Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today not to entertain but to challenge you. In the next 20 minutes, you will learn something that could change the course of your life forever, but only if you are willing to embrace it. Let me start by saying this. Time is the currency of life. You don't own it. You can only spend it wisely or waste it. Whether you are rich or poor, young or old, every human being has the same 24 hours in a day. What you do with those hours will determine the quality of your life. Stop waiting for a better opportunity or a perfect moment. Those never come. Every second is a chance to shift your life's trajectory. The most tragic thing in life is not death, it is living without purpose. Purpose is the reason you were created. It is the answer to the question, why am I here? Until you find your purpose, life will feel like a series of meaningless routines. Purpose gives you focus, and focus directs your energy. Change begins with a decision. Right now, decide that enough is enough. Decide that you will no longer settle for mediocrity. A decision is not a feeling, it is a commitment. It is saying, I will do this, no matter how hard it gets. Success is not a mystery, it is governed by principles. Just as seeds planted in good soil grow into trees, your habits and decisions determine your future. Sow the seeds of discipline, diligence and consistency, and you will reap a harvest of success. The first place change happens is in your mind. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. If you believe you are destined to fail, you will. If you believe you can succeed, you will. Change your mindset and you will change your life. Don't despise small beginnings. Every great achievement started with one step. Want to lose weight? Start by walking for 10 minutes a day. Want to build a business? Spend an hour each day learning and planning. Small steps taken consistently lead to giant leaps. Your dreams will remain fantasies without discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It is waking up early to pray, to study, to prepare. It is saying no to distractions and yes to your destiny. Comfort zones are the enemy of progress. Growth requires stepping into the unknown. It requires risking failure. But remember this, you were not created to survive. You were created to thrive. Stop procrastinating. There will never be a perfect time to start. The only time you have is now. Right now, as you listen, make the decision to act. Start that project. End that toxic relationship. Apply for that opportunity. The power to change your life lies in the present moment. Inside of you is a seed of greatness. It doesn't matter where you were born, how much money you have, or what your past looks like. What matters is that you recognize the potential within you and nurture it. My friends, the next 20 minutes of your life could be the most important. Take what you've heard today and act on it immediately. Time is precious, purpose is calling, and the power to change is already within you. Time is life's greatest equalizer because it is the one resource every human being receives in equal measure. It doesn't matter if you are wealthy or poor, educated or uneducated, young or old, every person is granted the same 24 hours in a day. No one can buy more of it and no one can stop it from moving forward. Time is impartial, unchanging and relentless. What makes time so powerful is that it places everyone on a level playing field. The difference between those who succeed and those who struggle lies not in how much time they have, but in how they use it. Successful people understand that time is not just a measure of hours and minutes, it is an opportunity. They treat every moment as a gift, an investment in their future, while others squander it, assuming there will always be more. Time is also unique because it cannot be paused, rewound or replaced. Once a second is gone, it is gone forever. You can regain money, rebuild relationships, or recover from failure, but wasted time is irretrievable. It is the one resource that, when lost, leaves no trace except regret. When you begin to view time as the essence of life itself, you realize that how you spend your time is how you spend your life. Every hour invested in something meaningful brings you closer to fulfilling your potential, while every hour wasted pulls you further away from it. This is why procrastination is so dangerous. It steals your most precious asset under the illusion that tomorrow will always be there to catch up. The beauty of time is that it is also a great revealer. It exposes priorities, habits, and values. What you consistently give your time to becomes evident in the results you achieve. If you dedicate your hours to learning, growing, and building, time will reward you. If you allow distractions, fear, or laziness to consume your moments, time will expose that too. Time demands respect. To value time is to value your own existence. It calls for intentional living, making decisions that align with your purpose, and refusing to let trivial matters consume your precious hours. When you understand that time is life's greatest equalizer, you stop blaming external circumstances for where you are and take responsibility for how you have spent the time you've been given. Every person carries a seed of greatness because every individual is born with unique potential, talents, and a purpose to fulfill. This greatness is not reserved for a select few. It resides within each one of us, waiting to be discovered, nurtured, and developed. It is a gift, a part of our design, placed within us to contribute something meaningful to the world. The seed of greatness does not announce itself loudly. It often begins as a quiet whisper, a persistent idea, or an innate passion. It may be a skill you excel in, a dream that refuses to fade, or an area where you feel drawn to make an impact. But like any seed, it requires the right conditions to grow. Neglect it, and it may remain dormant. Cultivate it, and it has the potential to produce something extraordinary. Many people underestimate their seed of greatness because they compare it to others. They believe that if their gift doesn't look like someone else's, it must be insignificant. But seeds are not identical. Each is unique and grows into something different. An oak tree does not compete with a rose bush, yet both have value and beauty in their purpose. Similarly, your greatness lies in being authentically you, not in trying to replicate someone else. It is also important to understand that greatness is not instant. Seeds require time to grow, and the process often involves struggle and effort. You may need to break through the soil of self-doubt, weather the storms of failure, and endure seasons of waiting. But these challenges are not obstacles to greatness. They are part of the process. They strengthen you, refine you, and prepare you for the impact you are meant to make. The tragedy is not that some people lack greatness, but that many fail to recognize or activate it. They allow fear, laziness, or negative voices to keep them from stepping into their potential. Some bury their seed under excuses, believing they are too young, too old, too unqualified, or too flawed. But the truth is, greatness does not depend on perfection, it depends on purpose. When you embrace your purpose, your seed begins to grow. The world is waiting for what your seed can produce. It might be an invention, a solution to a problem, a work of art, or an act of kindness that changes someone's life. Whatever it is something only you can bring. Your seed of greatness is not just for your benefit, it is meant to impact others, to leave a legacy and to fulfill a destiny greater than yourself. Recognizing that you carry a seed of greatness changes the way you live. You no longer settle for mediocrity or allow distractions to consume your time. You become intentional, focused, and determined to nurture what has been entrusted to you. Because when you activate the greatness within you, you don't just change your life, you change the world. The power to change lies in making a decision, because every transformation in life begins with a choice. A decision is not just a passing thought or wishful thinking, It is a deliberate act of the will, a moment when you draw a line in the sand and say, "This is where my life shifts." Until a decision is made, no amount of desire or potential can create real change. A decision is powerful because it creates clarity. It eliminates confusion and silences the noise of indecision. When you make a decision, you set a course for your life. You stop entertaining conflicting ideas, and your energy is no longer divided. Your focus sharpens, and your actions align with your intentions. It is like planting a flag in the ground and declaring, "This is where I stand, and this is where I am headed." What makes decisions so transformative is that they are not bound by circumstances. You don't have to wait for the perfect conditions to decide. You can make a decision in the middle of chaos, lack, or failure. In fact, some of the most significant decisions are born out of moments of pain. When you realize that staying the same is no longer an option, that decision becomes the turning point, the catalyst that propels you toward a new reality. Decisions also carry a sense of finality. When you truly decide, there is no going back. It is not a half-hearted attempt or an experiment. It is a commitment. You shut the door to excuses, doubts, and alternatives, and you burn the bridges to your old ways. A real decision demands action. It requires you to move forward, no matter how small the first step may be. What holds many people back from change is not the lack of opportunity or ability, but the fear of making a decision. They hesitate, afraid of failure, rejection, or the unknown. But the truth is, indecision is the greatest thief of time and progress. As long as you remain undecided, you remain stuck. Nothing changes until you decide that it must. A single decision can alter the course of your life. Think of those who decided to pursue a dream, even when it seemed impossible, or those who chose to break free from toxic environments, start fresh, or take a risk that others deemed foolish. It wasn't their circumstances that made the difference. It was their decision to take control of their lives and create a new future. When you understand the power of a decision, you realize that you hold the key to your own transformation. You don't need permission from anyone else, and you don't have to wait for an ideal moment. The moment you decide, you take back your power. You step into a position of authority over your life, declaring that you are no longer a victim of circumstances, but a creator of change. Decisions are the foundation of progress. They shape your habits, influence your relationships, and determine your success. One decision made with conviction can set off a chain reaction of growth and opportunity. It doesn't have to be a grand decision, it just needs to be real. Because when you decide, the power to change is no longer a distant possibility, it becomes your reality. Understanding purpose is the first step to transformation, because purpose gives meaning, direction, and focus to life. Without purpose, life can feel aimless, like drifting on an open sea without a destination. Purpose is the compass that points you toward where you're meant to go and what you're meant to do. It provides the why behind your actions and the reason behind your existence. Until you understand your purpose, true transformation remains elusive, because you cannot fully align your life with the destiny you were designed to fulfill. A purpose answers the fundamental question, why am I here? It reveals that you were not created by accident or coincidence. You are not a random collection of experiences and talents. Instead, you were uniquely crafted to contribute something valuable to the world. When you grasp this truth, it changes how you see yourself. You stop comparing your journey to others. Because you realize your purpose is distinct, you stop chasing things that do not align with your calling. Because you understand that fulfillment is found in living out your purpose. Purpose also brings clarity. It helps you distinguish between what is essential and what is a distraction. When you know your purpose, you stop wasting time on activities, relationships, and pursuits that do not serve your higher calling. You become more intentional with your decisions and more disciplined in your actions. Purpose helps you focus your energy on what truly matters, making transformation not just possible, but inevitable. Transformation begins with purpose because it shifts your mindset. When you know you were created for a reason, you start to see challenges differently. Obstacles become opportunities to grow, setbacks become lessons, and failures become stepping stones. Purpose gives you resilience because it reminds you that your life is part of a bigger picture. It keeps you anchored in difficult times and pushes you to keep going when things get tough. Without understanding purpose, it's easy to fall into cycles of frustration and stagnation. You may find yourself pursuing goals that leave you feeling empty or chasing success that doesn't satisfy. But when you understand your purpose, everything changes. You stop living by default and start living by design. Your actions become aligned with your values, and your efforts lead to meaningful progress. Purpose is also the foundation of personal fulfillment. No amount of wealth, recognition, or achievement can replace the sense of satisfaction that comes from living a life aligned with your purpose. It fills the void that many people try to satisfy with temporary pleasures or external validation. When you live in alignment with your purpose, you experience a deeper joy that comes from knowing you are walking in the path you are created to follow. True transformation is not just about changing what you do, it's about changing who you are. And understanding your purpose is the key to that change. It gives you a reason to grow, to improve, and to strive for something greater. It awakens your potential, inspires your vision, and ignites your passion. Purpose is not just the starting point of transformation, it is the driving force that sustains it. Success is predictable when principles are applied because success is not a matter of luck or chance. It is the result of adhering to universal laws and timeless principles that govern progress and achievement. These principles work for anyone, anywhere and at any time, provided they are understood and consistently followed. Success is not a secret, it is a system. If you align your actions with the right principles, the outcomes are inevitable. Persis, principles are like the laws of nature. Just as gravity ensures that objects fall to the ground, certain principles ensure that success is achieved. These principles are not swayed by emotions, circumstances, or personal preferences. They are consistent, unchanging, and impartial. If you plant a seed in good soil, water it, and give it sunlight, it will grow. Similarly, if you follow the principles of hard work, discipline, integrity, and perseverance, success will follow. One of the most powerful aspects of principles is their reliability. When you apply them, you can predict the results with certainty. For example, the principle of preparation guarantees readiness. If you consistently prepare, you will be equipped when opportunities arise. The principle of sowing and reaping ensures that the effort and time you invest in worthwhile endeavors will eventually yield a harvest. These principles are not tied to your background, resources, or starting point. They simply work when applied. Many people believe success is reserved for a fortunate few, but this is a misunderstanding. Success is accessible to anyone willing to live by its principles. The reason some achieve it while others don't is often a matter of alignment. Those who fail to succeed often ignore or violate the principles of success. They may expect results without effort, growth without learning, or rewards without contribution. But success doesn't work that way. It requires intentionality, consistency, and respect for the process. Another vital truth about principles is that they demand action. Knowing a principle is not enough, it must be applied. For example, the principle of consistency states that small, repeated actions lead to significant outcomes. But unless you act on this principle, whether by practicing a skill, saving money, or working toward a goal, it remains theoretical. Success is not just about knowing what to do, it's about doing it. Principles also act as a guide, providing clarity and direction. When you live by principles, you don't have to rely on guesswork or trends. You have a foundation to build on and a framework to evaluate your choices. Principles help you make decisions with confidence because they are rooted in truth, not opinion. They protect you from shortcuts that promise quick results but lead to long-term failure. The predictability of success lies in the predictability of principles. They are the same for everyone, regardless of where you start or what obstacles you face. Principles don't discriminate. They work for the diligent student, the committed entrepreneur, or the determined parent. They require no special talent or privilege, only the willingness to apply them. Consistently, there is always some downside. Success is the natural outcome of living in alignment with principles. It is not something to be chased or wished for. It is something to be built through daily actions and decisions. When you respect the laws that govern success, you align yourself with its flow, and the results become predictable, measurable, and sustainable. Change begins in the mind, not in circumstances, because transformation starts with how you think, perceive, and believe. Your mind is the control center of your life, shaping your actions, decisions, and ultimately your destiny. If you wait for your circumstances to improve before deciding to change, you'll remain stuck. True and lasting change happens when you shift your mindset, regardless of your current situation. Your circumstances may be challenging, but they are not the determining factor in your future. What truly matters is how you respond to them. Two people can face the same difficulty. One may see it as an insurmountable obstacle, while the other views it as an opportunity for growth. The difference lies not in the external situation, but in the internal perspective. Changing your mindset allows you to see possibilities where others see limitations. The mind is powerful because it dictates what you believe is possible. If you think you are incapable, unworthy, or destined to fail, those beliefs will shape your actions and reinforce your reality. But when you begin to think differently, when you believe in your potential and see yourself as capable of overcoming challenges, your actions align with those beliefs, and your reality starts to shift. The battle for change is won or lost in your thoughts, long before it is reflected in your circumstances. This is why waiting for external conditions to change is a mistake. Circumstances are often beyond your control, but your mindset is entirely within your power. You cannot control the economy, other people's behavior, or unexpected events, but you can control how you think about them. A changed mind has the power to reframe setbacks, reinterpret failures, and create opportunities. It turns "I can't" into "how can I?" and "this is impossible" into "this is a challenge worth solving." The transformation of the mind involves renewing your thoughts. It requires replacing fear with faith, doubt with confidence, and negativity with hope. This process is not automatic, it takes intentional effort. You must guard what you allow into your mind, whether through words, experiences, or influences. Surround yourself with uplifting voices, inspiring ideas, and empowering truths. Feed your mind with the right input, and it will begin to produce the right output. One of the most freeing truths about change is that you don't have to wait for ideal conditions to begin. You can start right where you are, no matter how difficult your situation seems. By choosing to think differently, you unlock new possibilities. A change in mindset opens the door to creativity, resourcefulness, and resilience. Even if your circumstances remain the same for a time, your perspective transforms the way you navigate them. Change begins in the mind because your thoughts are the foundation of your life. Every action you take, every habit you form, and every decision you make stems from your mindset. When you change your mind, you change the way you approach life. Your circumstances may catch up later, but the transformation starts the moment you shift your thinking. It is in the mind that you plant the seeds of a new future, and it is through your thoughts that the process of change begins. Discipline is the bridge between potential and reality, because it is the consistent action required to turn what is possible into what is actual. Every person is born with potential, gifts, talents, and abilities that can lead to extraordinary achievements. However, potential alone is not enough. Without discipline, potential remains dormant, a mere promise of what could be rather than what is. Discipline is the mechanism that transforms dreams into results and intentions into accomplishments. Potential is the seed, but discipline is the cultivation. You can have the greatest natural talent, the most innovative ideas, or the grandest vision, but none of it will bear fruit without the daily effort to nurture and develop it. Discipline ensures that you do what is necessary even when it is uncomfortable, inconvenient, or challenging. It keeps you focused on the process, rather than being distracted by immediate gratification or temporary setbacks. Discipline is not about perfection, it is about consistency. It is the commitment to show up every day, whether you feel like it or not, and put in the work required to move closer to your goals. It is in the small, repeated actions, practicing a skill, studying diligently, or sticking to a plan, that progress is made. Discipline is the force that keeps you moving forward when motivation fades and obstacles arise. The power of discipline lies in its ability to create momentum. When you practice discipline, you build habits, and those habits shape your character. Over time, discipline becomes second nature, making it easier to stay on course. It is not a one-time effort but a lifestyle, a way of thinking and living that prioritizes long-term gain over short-term comfort. This shift in mindset is what allows discipline to transform potential into tangible results. Many people never realize their potential because they underestimate the value of discipline. They may rely on talent alone, hoping that their natural abilities will carry them to success. But talent without discipline is like a car without fuel. It has the capacity to go far, but lacks the power to move. Discipline is the fuel that drives potential forward. Discipline also bridges the gap between knowing and doing. Many people know what they need to do to succeed. They have the knowledge, resources, and opportunities, but they fail to act consistently. Discipline is the catalyst that turns knowledge into action. It aligns your behavior with your goals, ensuring that your efforts are directed toward what truly matters. The beauty of discipline is that it is accessible to everyone. You don't need extraordinary talent or ideal circumstances to practice discipline. It is a choice, a daily decision to prioritize growth and progress over comfort and complacency. With discipline, even modest potential can lead to remarkable achievements, while the greatest potential will go unrealized without it. Discipline is what bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It turns dreams into plans, plans into actions, and actions into results. It takes what is possible in your imagination and makes it real in your life. Without discipline, potential remains a wish. With it, potential becomes a reality. Small, intentional steps lead to big outcomes, because transformation is not about making sudden, dramatic changes. It is about steady progress over time. Every great accomplishment begins with small, deliberate actions. While the end goal may seem distant or overwhelming, breaking it down into manageable steps makes it achievable. These small steps, consistently taken, compound over time to produce results far greater than one might imagine. Small steps are powerful because they are within reach. They allow you to take action even when the larger vision feels unattainable. Each step may seem insignificant on its own, but collectively they build momentum. Like drops of water filling a bucket, these small actions accumulate until they create a visible, lasting impact. By focusing on what you can do today, you ensure that progress is always being made. Intentionality is what gives small steps their power. It is not enough to act aimlessly. Each step must align with your goals and purpose. When your actions are deliberate, they create a clear path toward your destination. Intentional steps keep you focused and prevent you from wasting energy on distractions. They allow you to make progress with precision, ensuring that every effort contributes meaningfully to the bigger picture. Another reason small intentional steps are so effective is that they build confidence. Each small success reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve the larger goal. They show you that progress is possible and that the goal is within your reach. This confidence fuels your persistence, enabling you to keep going even when challenges arise. Small wins create a positive cycle of effort and reward, encouraging you to take the next step. Big outcomes often feel overwhelming because they require time, patience, and consistency. However, breaking them into small, intentional steps makes the process manageable. It is like climbing a mountain. Focusing on each step rather than the entire climb keeps you from feeling discouraged. Over time, the small actions add up, and before you know it, you have reached the summit. Small steps also create habits, which are the foundation of sustained success. When you consistently take intentional actions, they become part of your routine. These habits make progress automatic, reducing the effort required to stay on track. Over time, the habits you build through small steps compound, leading to exponential growth and long-term results. What makes this approach transformative is its accessibility. You don't need to be perfect or make massive changes all at once. You only need to start where you are and take one step at a time. Whether it's dedicating 5 minutes to a skill, saving a small amount of money, or making a single healthy choice, each intentional action brings you closer to your goal. The power of small intentional steps is that they teach you discipline and resilience. They train you to value the process rather than just the outcome. They remind you that progress is not about perfection but persistence. Over time, these steps build a foundation of growth that leads to outcomes far greater than you initially imagined. When you look back, you'll realize that the big outcome wasn't achieved in one grand moment, but through countless small, intentional efforts. It is the cumulative effect of these steps that transforms dreams into reality and potential into achievement. Courage is required to break free from comfort zones because stepping out of what is familiar often feels risky, uncertain, and even intimidating. The comfort zone is a place of routine and safety, where things are predictable and challenges are minimized. While it may feel secure, staying in this zone limits growth and stifles potential. To move beyond it and embrace the unknown, courage becomes essential. It is the driving force that allows you to confront fear, push past self-doubt, and take the steps necessary to grow and transform. Breaking free from comfort zones requires you to face the fear of failure. It is natural to worry about making mistakes or encountering setbacks, but courage gives you the strength to move forward despite these fears. It reminds you that failure is not the end, but a part of the learning process. Courage shifts your perspective, allowing you to see failure as an opportunity to grow rather than something to avoid. Courage also challenges the fear of the unknown. The comfort zone is often built around familiarity, familiar routines, environments, and relationships. Stepping out of it means venturing into uncharted territory where outcomes are uncertain. This uncertainty can be paralyzing, but courage enables you to embrace it as a necessary part of progress. It helps you trust that even though you may not have all the answers, you have the strength and adaptability to navigate whatever lies ahead. Another reason courage is vital is that breaking free from comfort zones often requires confronting internal barriers. These may include limiting beliefs, past disappointments, or a lack of confidence. It takes courage to challenge these mental blocks and replace them with empowering thoughts. Courage pushes you to believe in your potential, even when circumstances or past experiences suggest otherwise. Stepping out of your comfort zone also means facing resistance, not just from within, but sometimes from others. People around you may not understand your desire for change and may even discourage you from pursuing it. Courage equips you to stand firm in your convictions even when others doubt your choices. It gives you the resolve to prioritize your growth over the approval or comfort of staying the same. What makes courage transformative is that it opens the door to new possibilities. When you break free from your comfort zone, you discover strengths, talents, and opportunities you didn't know existed. Courage allows you to explore your potential and expand your horizons. It leads to personal growth, as each step outside your comfort zone builds resilience, confidence, and a deeper understanding of yourself. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. It doesn't mean you won't feel anxious or uncertain, but it empowers you to move forward anyway. With every courageous step, your comfort zone expands, and what once seemed impossible becomes attainable. Courage becomes a habit, enabling you to take on bigger challenges and achieve greater goals. Breaking free from comfort zones is essential for growth, and courage is the key to making it happen. It is the spark that ignites change, the strength that sustains you in the face of fear, and the force that propels you toward your highest potential. Without courage, comfort becomes a cage. With it, comfort becomes a stepping stone to a life of purpose and fulfillment. The best time to act is now. Time waits for no one, because the present moment is the only time you truly have. Procrastination is often rooted in the belief that there will always be another day, another opportunity, another chance. But time is a constant. It moves forward regardless of whether or not we take action. The longer you wait for the right time to act, the more you risk missing the window of opportunity. Every moment you delay is a moment lost, and time once passed can never be regained. Waiting for the perfect moment to act is a trap. Perfection is elusive, and ideal conditions rarely appear. If you constantly wait for everything to align perfectly, whether it's waiting for more resources, better circumstances, or greater confidence, you'll find that time slips away, leaving you with nothing but regret. The truth is, the best time to start is not when everything is perfect, but when you are ready to make the decision to move forward. Martin, the first step is often the hardest, but it is also the most essential. Time is one of the few things in life that is limited and non-renewable. You can always earn more money, build more relationships, or acquire more skills, but you cannot add more time to your life. Every day is an opportunity to make progress, and the longer you wait, the fewer days you have to work with. Procrastination often disguises itself as preparation. The present moment is where transformation happens. It is in the now that you can make decisions, take action, and set the course for your future. Waiting for external factors to change before acting is a false hope, because in reality, the power to change your circumstances lies within you. The only time you can truly act is in the present. By focusing on the now and making decisions in this moment, you begin to shape the future you desire. Acting now also helps build momentum. The more you take action, the more confidence you build. Small steps taken consistently lead to greater results over time. Waiting for the right moment often leads to stagnation and doubt. But when you start now, you set things in motion. You begin to experience the process, learn from your actions, and adjust as you go. The act of moving forward is itself a catalyst for growth and progress. Waiting too long can result in missed opportunities. The world is constantly changing, and opportunities are often fleeting. If you wait too long, someone else may seize the chance that could have been yours. Life does not pause for you to catch up. It keeps moving forward. Acting now allows you to stay in the flow, remain relevant, and capitalize on opportunities while they are available. Time waits for no one, and the reality is that you can never get back a moment you've lost. Each day is a gift, and every action you take brings you closer to your goals, dreams, and potential. You do not have the luxury of waiting indefinitely. The best time to act is now, because the longer you wait, the more you risk losing the power of the present moment and the opportunities it holds. The future is shaped by what you do today, and the actions you take now lay the foundation for what will come. The best time to act is now, because time is a finite resource, and the present moment is where the power of change resides. Every moment you hesitate or delay is a moment lost that can never be reclaimed. If you continue to wait for the right time, you risk missing out on the opportunities that are here today. Don't allow fear, doubt, or perfectionism to hold you back. The power to transform your life is within your grasp, and it starts with the decision to act in the present, to make today count. Success is not built in a moment of grand action, but in the small, consistent choices you make every single day. Time will not wait for you, but you can make the most of the time you have. Don't let procrastination be the thief of your future. Your destiny begins with the steps you take today, so take action now and watch how those steps lead you to greatness. Time is moving. Make sure you're moving with it.